Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talks. Today I'm going to be discussing the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, and I literally just finished this book like 5 minutes ago. I just read like the last 6 pages, aka like the most 6 intense pages ever, and this book was so good. Like, it was definitely better than this book, even though I love ACOTAR. But, like, this book, oh my goodness, it was so good. Like, I had such a fun time reading it, and just, it was amazing. And since this is a sequel, if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, I would leave now because I'm about to go into spoilers. And if you have not jumped onto the ACOTAR bandwagon, you know, you should, because these books are glorious. This one was definitely better than this one, even though I really do love this book, and it was like my favorite book for a really long time. But this book dominated, okay? This book was freaking fantastic. So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, I would leave now because I'm about to go into spoilers. So bye, not spoiler people. Okay, so A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. So like I just said, I just read like the last like 2 to 3 chapters, so that's what I'm going to talk about right now because I got to vent about what happened. Farah, I can't believe she made them break the bargain. And Elise, okay, I'm so glad it wasn't the mating bond though, because that's what it sounds like they were saying. But then Rysand's like, they just broke the bargain, not the bond. And thank God they didn't break the bond. And when he was just like, you can't just break a mating bond, I was just like, thank you. But still, I can't believe Farah did that. Like, I understand why Farah made that sacrifice because her sisters needed to get out of there. Like, they needed to survive. But like, Farah, I didn't want you to go back to Tamlin because, oh my goodness, Tamlin. Don't even get me started, okay? Like, okay, in this book, I was all team Tamlin. I did not like Rysand, okay? But when you start this book, Tamlin is just a pain. Like, reading those first few pages of this book, like, I just started immediately hating Tamlin and on how, like, when Farah would wake up at night and throw up or have these nightmares, Tamlin wouldn't wake up and comfort her. He would just stay asleep. Like, what type of person does that? And poor Rysand, when Rysand is just like through the bond, I could hear you waking up and throwing up, and he just wanted to be there so badly for her. I was just like, if only you were. And just Rysand, I am team Rysand now, okay? Like, I don't understand why I hated him in book 1. Like, seriously, Rysand is perfection. I love him. He's sarcastic, he's funny, he's beautiful, he's talented, he's a wonderful warrior, and he is such a kind person. And I feel like in this book, you really get to see how Rysand is really like, and you get to see the Night Court and Velaris, and you just see how much he loves his people and his court, and it was just so nice seeing that. Because everyone thought that Rysand was this terrible person for being Armasia's whore, which I forgot about. Whenever he talked about that, I was kind of just like, okay, but what are you talking about? But then it rang a bell. Like, seriously, I remember nothing from this book. Like, the ACOTAR and the Surreal. I was just like, okay, what is this? I really should have reread ACOTAR, but you know, I got other books to read. But some of it rang a bell. Like, I knew a majority of what happened in this book, but like, when I started reading this, I was just like, oh my gosh, I really don't remember anything. But Rysand is amazing, and Rysand and Farah were perfect. They are perfect, and I am so happy that they were mates. And man, I really wish Rysand told her, but the Surreal did, and it was so sad that she went to the cabin, and she was just ignoring him. But then he told that whole story later on, and then they got together and had sex like 5 times in one chapter. Reading that chapter, it was like chapter 55. I don't know why I couldn't just say that, but that chapter, I read that chapter at school today, and I was just like, I should not be reading this right now. This is so, wow, this, let me just say, the sex scenes in this book are so much more descriptive than in this. Like, I feel like, I know they had sex in this, but like, man, like, descriptive in this, man. But I will say my favorite sex scene though was the one with their very first one with the paint. It was just like so beautiful to picture them being covered in paint. I just thought it was beautiful. But yes, Rysand and Farah are perfect for each other, and I'm really glad how their relationship, like, they kind of hated each other at first and were just making snarky comments at each other, and she would call him prick, and even after they got together she would still call him prick. They kind of remind me of like two teenagers in love and just being sarcastic to each other, and just they're so cute, and I want them back together. I want them back. I don't like them being separated, but it's gonna be okay because they're gonna find each other. And now Farah is, oh my goodness, reading that, and when Rysand's just like, oh, thank goodness they didn't see the tattoo on her other hand confirming that she's a high lady of the night court, and now it's just like, excuse me? So yeah, she's now the high lady of the night court, and that was her plan all along. Like, he was like, we went to a priestess and we got our maid official, you know, and if only we got to read that, it would have been so beautiful, but we didn't get to see it, and it made me so sad. But at least they're together. They got it official, and then when Farah was like at the end, oh, Tamlin doesn't even realize that he's letting the high lady of the night court into his home. I was just like, you go, girl. You're gonna be a spy and kick butt. I'm so excited, even though Farah's with Tamlin now. And something that made me so mad is that at the end, when you see Tamlin, first off, okay, Hamlet, I cannot believe you were working with the king. Like, are you kidding me? You are being bad enough. And then when, you know, he pops out of the shadows and you're kind of just like, what are you doing here? And he was working for the king, and I couldn't believe that. And then that Ethan girl betrayed us too, which I found that kind of odd that Tamlin didn't know about that. But like, you know, the king is just like doing the most, okay? I do not like this king dude at all. But, oh, Tamlin, I can't believe you're working with him. And, oh, I can't believe you're with Farah. And I just can't believe that, like, Tamlin kind of was just, like, already forgiving her. Like, when he saw her, he was just like, come on, come home with me. But I thought he would have been angry at her and be like, oh, why did you leave me, you know, like, to go to this guy? But, like, he wasn't mad. And then in that very last chapter, he was being all lovey-dovey to her. And I was just like, dude, if I were Tamlin, I would be yelling at her and being like, okay, why did you leave me though? You were gonna get married, I thought you loved me, and now you're with this guy. Like, I don't know, but Tamlin's pretty stupid, okay? Just like reading the last few chapters with him, I was just like, you are so dumb, especially since you're letting Farah into your home and don't even realize that she's a high lady in the night court. But Lucenson knows stuff. You know, Lucenson kept looking at her, and I was just like, Lucenson probably knows something. Which, by the way, the whole Lucen Elaine situation, aw, they would be cute because, you know, when after she, like, got all immortalized and everything, and he was like, let me help her, I was just like, you know, they would be cute. And then you get to the end of that chapter, and Lucen's just like, oh, yeah, you're my mate, by the way. And I'm just like, oh, would you look at that? They're together. Like, it's meant to be, like, theory right. But, yeah, all this mate stuff, man. I love that part when Rysand's just like, yeah, it's common for mates to have a lot of, like, sex after they find out they're mates, and then they started talking about pregnancy, and I'm so happy that Rysand was open to the idea of having kids. Well, I feel like with Tamlin, if Tamlin and Farah were gonna have kids, it was just gonna be because, you know, that's what they do. But with Rysand, he was just like, I want to have a future with you. And I loved that. And I just loved when Farah was picturing her future in the night court. Speaking of the night court is like perfection. Like, I want to live there. It is so beautiful, and I loved Starfall. That scene at Starfall was my favorite. It was so cute. And when the stars slapped into Farah and Rysand's face, and then she drew the star on his palm. Oh my goodness. So cute. They are so goals. Why did I not like Rysand in book 1? Seriously, like, I don't know what my 2015 self was thinking, but, like, I understand why I liked Tamlin, and I felt like I was Farah in this book, because Farah kind of just realizing this, that she might have loved Tamlin because it was just the first guy who was nice to her, and Tamlin might have realized that, and, you know, Tamlin got better and everything, and then Farah was kind of like a bonus, and I kind of felt like I was Farah too, just realizing all this stuff, and it's so true. I definitely believe that since Tamlin's now better and has his power in his land, Farah is just a bonus, and now he has a bride, and oh my goodness, if they actually get married in the next book, someone kill me. No, that can't happen. that wedding in the beginning, man, I was just like, why is this happening right now? But then right at the end of the day and interrupted it, which, by the way, I love it when characters interrupt weddings, even though I don't want that to happen in my wedding. I just love it when other characters do it. But that was so great. That was definitely one of my favorite scenes. Him crashing the wedding and Starfall, and what was one of my other favorite scenes? There were just a lot of good scenes in this book, especially with like Cassian and Azriel and Mort and Armory. I love them so much. They are so wonderful. I'm so glad that they made Para feel welcome, and just they're all one big happy family, and they're so cute. And by the way, I really hope that Azriel and Mort get together because I ship them so hard. And when I thought Azriel was gonna die at the end when he got like shot and then Mort screamed, and I think that kind of proved that she is in love with him and doesn't want him to die, and he can't die. He can't die. He needs to live so they can be together. But they were so cute. I love the night court so much. I just like want to live there. Like the spring court is not cool at all. And when Farrah came back, it was just like, oh, here we go, back to prison again. I was just like, come on, we gotta go back to the night court, and we gotta go back. And the next book. I can't believe the next book is gonna be the final book. It's gonna be so crazy, and I really hope that Rysand and Farrah are reunited early on, because I don't know if I could go like 100 pages into that book and they're still not together, but I'm so excited for it. I definitely think it's going to be really good, and hopefully we get to read more from Rysand, because we get to read from him once in the very end of this book, and I love Rysand. You know, like throughout this book, I was just like, you know, I wonder what Rysand is thinking, and then we got to see what he was thinking, and I was just like, oh snap, like, oh my goodness, we're reading from Bay, so hopefully maybe we're getting 2 POVs in the next book. If so, I'll approve it, because usually I don't like it when authors add in another POV when the first like 2 books were like 1 POV divergent, you know, with Allegiant. I'm just saying, but with this, it's acceptable because I like Rysand. So I'm very excited for the final book. What do I think is going to happen? Seriously, I really have no idea. Just know that stuff is going to go down, and Farrah is going to be a spy and learn stuff. I'm so excited to see her kick butt because she's so powerful. Like, she has so many powers, and she's amazing. Her powers are the coolest. But yes, I'm very excited for the final book. So overall, this book was a wonderful read. I had so much fun being in this world again, and I am so excited for the 3rd and final book that's coming out next year. So I think those are my overall thoughts and feels. I hope you enjoyed this book talk. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. And I'm Courtney, and I'll see y'all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So, bye! Yo!